I mean, let's see, you can ask if there are any questions about any of the stuff that we're waiting.
Yeah, do you have any other question before midterm or regarding midterm? Everything is clear? Okay. Like 7th of October, you'll have your midterm. It's an open book, or like open everything. So you can have it, but it's a time limit. I guess it's till the yesterday, the last week class.
Okay.
Isn't it, Professor?
Yeah. Well, I would say till next Tuesday, okay, if I were to be complete. But of course, you're not going to be asked to do any ray tracing on the software. So this week's, I mean, you're expected to know the concepts that we'll talk about this week, but you're not expected to use the software for the midterm. I guess, yeah, let's keep it a minute. Yeah, if there are any questions, let us know, for those of you who came in recently. Okay, I guess we can begin once it's time. So a couple of announcements. First of all, the assignment one, sorry, so I should actually go back here. The assignment one, which is the problem set, a few of you have not submitted them. We have reached out to you, so you're still, if you don't submit, of course, you will get 0 points, but if you submit delayed, you will get some points. Of course, you will be penalized for being delayed. So if you still want some points, feel free to submit. But if you submit after this week, I don't think we'll grade it, but in any case, let me know.
I think Yusuf is there, who I guess didn't submit the assignment too.
Yeah. So I'll talk to them separately. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's see. The other point is the assignment. This assignment, which is the definition of the problems made statement, which is due today. Again, this is just one page. I gave you some instructions last week, so make sure you submit it today on Canvas or Slack or email. If you have any questions, or let me know. Slack is best, but email is fine too. Don't forget. Okay, the assignment 3 it will be posted today. I haven't posted the instructions yet. It is due next week, so keep that in mind. This is essentially defining the solution statement for your team, and it is due next Tuesday. I will post some instructions later today, but again, it's just less than a page, very brief description of, so keep it, so you had a problem statement from last week, which is due today, and then you're going to have some response to those problems, like what solutions are you coming up with? I would say pick top 3 solutions, describe them very, very briefly, again, less than a page. The purpose of these 2 assignments are to really help you with your presentations, which is really the rest of the semester, right? And the big part of the grade, and what I really want you to spend most of your effort on for rest of the class. Okay, so today Ikata is going to give us a tutorial on optical ray tracing. So the basic premise of today is basically the following. So far, we have spent quite a bit of effort trying to understand the physics and engineering and a little bit of the math of how light behaves in the context of imaging systems and non-imaging systems. In the real world, we are not going to be doing these things on using pen and paper just because things tend to be much more complicated. So you have to use computer software. So as part of this class, I need you to have some basic understanding of how to use software in order to do that. That's my purpose with this week's lecture. And you're fortunate enough to have access to something called Light Tools and Code 5, which is commercial software developed by Synopsys. This is software itself is really expensive. Typically, a license can cost several tens of thousands of dollars per year, but you are getting access to it for education purposes for free. So it's a donation for Synopsys. Take advantage of it. The instructions for how to, so there are many options. Of course, you can install it on your computer. You can and install the license. There are instructions on Canvas for that. You can go to the ECE Computer Lab. It's open 24/7. It's installed there. The CADE Lab is setting up a virtual pool, so you can remote log in and use it. That's not quite ready yet. I will send you instructions when that is set up, but it should be set up this week. So you'll have 3 options at least to be able to use it. The 4th option is for those of you who are using Macs and don't want to run a virtual environment, or for some other reason are not able to use Light Tools. There is something called 3D Optics, which is an open source Java-based ray tracing software. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but it looks really, really useful from very little I played with. And Ikata will go over it a little bit. So I highly encourage you all to use that as well. It's useful, by the way, to get an experience with multiple pieces of software to understand the limitations of each one and what each is capable of, right? And also you want to be able to understand the language when you talk to a team, when you do optical design. So it's good to be exposed to multiple pieces of software. And there are other pieces of software as well that other people use, but in the interest of time and because we have to focus on something, this is what we picked. On Thursday, by the way, we have a guest lecture from Dr. Mary Kate Crawford, from Synopsys. So she is extremely knowledgeable about Synopsys, and I strongly recommend all of you to attend and learn a lot. Now, she's an incredible resource. Ikata can tell you more about it, but you can always email her directly. She's really, really good about responding to you and helping you with questions and so on. Synopsys itself has a fantastic portal with lots and lots of resources. You can post your questions there. Most likely, any problems you face has already been faced by other people, so you can just search it and find the answers to your questions. And it's free for you. Again, it's not free for everybody, but because you're taking the class as part of the students, you're part of the university, you get free access to it. You can sign up here. Okay. I know some of you had trouble with the software. Just we can talk offline. Just send me. I know many of you contacted me. Just contact me again. My suggestion really is to work directly with Synopsys to get it going. They're really, really helpful. Okay. And one last thing I should remind you: next Thursday, September 30th, is the team innovation presentation. The instructions are already here. Maybe I should go through it quickly because this is, whoops, actually the date is wrong here. So ignore that, I will update it. But essentially the instructions are the same. This is from last year, so you can ignore the date for now. But essentially, again, identify 3 main problems with the current technologies. If you you have identified them in your assignment 1, you reiterate them from the assignment that you're going to submit today. Actually, it should be assignment 2, so don't get confused. Brainstorm solutions to the above problems, present your solutions, present a summary of your brainstorming session. Okay, that's important. Pick your top idea, innovation, or solution to a problem and describe it in greater detail. Clearly explain why you picked it. Why is it novel? Why do you think no one has attempted it before? Or if they have, how will you overcome issues they faced? Present some preliminary analysis, including simple calculations on paper, or if you really want to do simulations, sure, that's great, to add confidence to your proposed innovation. Be as quantitative as you can, but you can leave many detailed simulations and calculations for the next assignment. I know you won't have time, so it's fine. Of course, if you want to do it, that's even better, but you don't have to. And before we move on, keep in mind the week after that is midterms, so which is a week before fall break. So October 5th, we'll have a review. So this is useful. I strongly recommend everybody to come and go over it. This will be in class, but of course also recorded. And October 7th, we have the midterm in class, and this is only for the in-person students, okay? Of course, anyone else is more than welcome to take it, but the in-person students will be graded. Okay, any questions before I hand it over to Ekata? Anyone online? No questions. Okay, I guess we're good. Kata, you can share your screen. Let me stop my sharing. And I'm gonna go on mute, but I will let the students in and monitor the chat as well. Go ahead.